Hey guys, it's Khazri here with another tutorial on Vimeo. In this one, I'm gonna be walking you through the workflow between RealFlow and Cinema 4D. Again, I'm not gonna take a beauty approach. You know what I mean? I don't wanna make you create some really amazing render, whoa stuff. I just wanna walk you through the workflow and uh, teach you the fishing, not the editing, and then let you do the actual stuff. Let me just set up a project file here on RealFlow, and let's do that quickly. Just desktop, I've got a folder here, I think. Delete it, and let's create a new folder and name it our real, I don't know, 2, maybe C4D, something like that. I'm gonna hit OK and name it the same thing or whatever, R2. Sorry, I'm just arranging these wires here. Okay, so R2 C4D, and create a new project. There we go. Here inside RealFlow, I'm just going to close up this messages panel and this relationship editor. Also double click on them. The first thing I'm gonna do is to set up a real wave surface. I'm not gonna talk about the basic particle stuff. I'm gonna set up a real wave sort of simulation, and then show you how to put it through some simulation, and then export those data into Cinema 4D. So let's create a real wave surface. Simply right click on this, add wave, go to your fractal. Okay, I'm just make sure that this wave, I'm just make it a bit bigger, what the hell. Let's just make this something maybe like this. Okay, so before you do anything, hit F12, which open up the export general of a real wave of real flow. Just go to your real wave options down here, go to real wave, and make sure this surface deformation.st file is checked. I'm gonna uncheck this surface cache, and this is what we want from our real wave, and this is for now. Just close the thing, and the next thing I want to do is to go through some options from this fractal. Let's see, let's just hit A to simulate and see what exactly is going on. So as you can see, very quick, not too interesting. I'm gonna just select my real wave and change it shading to smooth. Going to my fractal, let's change okay, got fractal at the height, maybe off 0.75 for the moment, and fractal scale on X and Y, something like, if it 2 and 2 would be enough. And you can see now we have this sort of simulation. If you want, you can go to your object interaction, really, which we're going to be taking a look in a quick moment. I'm just going to create a quick sphere also and just bring it up. I think I'm gonna actually make it a bit bigger, so just something like that. Change its shading, and I'm gonna go make sure it's an active rigid body, and also I'm gonna go to its rigid body option, math. Let's go to something like 200 for starters. Control A and just hit A, see what's gonna happen here. Oh, we don't have any gravity, sorry, so I'm gonna add a gravity daemon here, and Control A to reset, A to start a simulation, and it's gonna come through. Come on, it's not very nice, is it? So let's see what's gonna happen. So hit A to stop your simulation, your down arrow to go back to your start, and hit space to play back. So I think, it's not too bad, but I think we are gonna need a bit more. Let's add its mass, go to something like 400, and see what's gonna happen. So sorry, stop the simulation, Control I to reset, A to start the simulation again, and I think it's definitely better, but our wave is not interact to the sphere the way it should does it. So let me go to my object interaction here and add this max height to something like Let's start by 0.6 and reset the seam and hit A again to see what's gonna happen. We're having some stuff. It's actually not too bad. If I hit just stop the simulation to see what's gonna happen, not too bad. I am actually going to make sure this wave speed is not too much, it's about 1, and add this height to about 0.8. Reset the seam and see what's gonna happen. So let's see. I think it's definitely not too bad. We can have a nice simulation if we wanted to. So let's just see what's gonna happen here. Okay, not too bad. Great. And the next thing would be to add some real wave object splash and make sure to define the object, which is going to be our sphere. And I'm just going to add some resolution to the real wave object splash to make sure that we have enough particles. Let's see, about 10, how that's going to work out for us. And let's hit A to see the result. And okay, we got a lot of, you know, particles being created. We definitely don't have enough resolution on our main real wave surface, and I'll let you do that and add the resolution possibly, because we're just gonna do the whole simulation and just go to Cinema 4D quickly, do the rest there. So I'm waiting for the simulation to finish, and we are gonna see what's gonna happen here. We don't have a lot of particles right now, about 4,000, and a lot of them are escaping, you know, you see. If we have some underwater render, they could help, but I don't think so. So we are about frame 56, 57. So I'm not gonna do the whole simulation actually, just maybe a few frames. Let's just stop the simulation and I make this guy something like, let's see, 75, and start the simulation again. Maybe it's not enough, but we'll see how it's gonna work out. Okay, it's a really simple, you know, simulation, but I just wanna make sure that I have something when I get back to C4D to do the rest. Okay, so the simulation is sort of done. Let's see. Not too bad. I like how the particles are sticking to the sphere. If you wanted to, really could go through a lot of option. RealFlow is full of option program, sorta. You have a lot of option, but I just want to see. I would add, you know, let's add about 25 frames and wait for the simulation to be finished quickly. Okay. It's definitely gonna take some time. Just make sure that's also, this is set to 100. So I can pause the recording until it's finished. Where is this? Okay. Okay, so the simulation is finished, and if you take a look, maybe if you just take a look at this view, we're gonna see how those stuff are happening. Okay, great. Not too bad, you know. Let's see, the only thing that remains is really to mesh this splashes here. So let me select this thing, go to your particle mesh, and generate, make sure it hasn't been added. So right click, insert emitters, and add the real wave really quickly, and let's just bake them and see what's gonna happen. Here we go, they are being baked, and I'm just going to make sure that they are smooth shaded also. So let me go to some other frames, you know, like here. Well, I can see them. There we go. Oh, some are here. Let's see, bake those. Select your particle mesh, bake it. You know, again, as I said, we really can go through a lot of options and change them, but I think I'm just going to leave it at there. If you want, you go through different filtering and relaxation and stuff like that, but I just bake the particles here. So go to your build mesh. It's gonna take some time, very quickly, you know. Oh, okay. So when it's finished, we're gonna be start at Cinema 4D and do the rest there. It would be very quick. Okay, I don't know why we get this message. I don't think it's really important down here, this error. Okay, it's about to finish finally. Okay. So just again, we have this nice simple simulation. I know it's not that accurate really, but we could work on our sub steps and stuff like that, but I think that would be enough for us ourselves. So let me get back to Cinema 4D and tell you how you do that. First of all, go to the RealFlow website and download the plugins for Cinema 4D. And then you got this menu here. If you don't have it docked, just go to your plugins and you have this RealFlow particle SD and mesh importer and exporter. So really simply, I have it docked here. So the first thing I would go through is to go to RealFlow SD importer. Down here you can choose the object. So let's actually go to those objects that we have. So go to here and there we go. Let me find it. RealFlow. Okay, we don't have anything. That's quite crazy. Oh, there we go. Real2C4D. R2C4D, and in this folder you got the objects and the meshes. First of all, let's go to our objects and import the sphere and the real wave surface. I'm going to go to my objects and import this animation SD and hit import, and it was about 100 frame. Let's just make sure. There you go. Our timeline adjusts itself, and now we got this sphere. I will just we can rename it to whatever we want. Let's just name it sphere, and let's import the actual real wave surface. It should be down here. There we go. Real wave 01 SD. Hit import, and you get the actual surface. And the final thing would be the splashes, and for that you're going to use the, let's just make sure that's our real wave surface. Just name it surface. And the next thing would be our mesh. So RealFlow, where is that? RealFlow mesh importer, and let's select the mesh in the mesh folder. And there we go. And you see those meshes are being imported to the Cinema 4D. Now let's just set up a quick scene here. I'm just going to add a sky, go to the content browser of Cinema 4D, and you have a lot of actual HDRI stuff there. So let's just go to those HDRI. I have it. Now let's just make it a bit bigger. The prime folder, materials, HDRI, and you got a lot of, you know, HDR presets that is part of Cinema 4D. Just double click on them and they will be imported into your interface. And I can add this guy, add this HDRI to my sky. Just go to your editor and just add a bit more quality so you can see it a bit better. And let's see, we are gonna have to, doesn't matter really, just select something that's nicer. Let's see, maybe something like that. Let's see how this is gonna look. Okay, now let's create some basic materials. I'm gonna start with creating a simple I don't know, metal look material for the actual I have this sorry, I'm just gonna have to load the bitmap here. So let's, I don't have these textures. that I have, and whatever texture that you have, grayscale texture would be enough. It doesn't matter, just create a nice material for yourself. And let's just, generally speaking, add some blurriness, and I think that would be enough for our sphere for the moment. And I would like to, for example, add this to my bump also. So enable the bump there to 20. Looks like too much. 10. Okay. And for our surfaces, let's just create a quick material. I really don't care about the realism of the materials. I just want to show you. Just create a. Let's go to our transparency, maybe something like 99. That's going to be a water. Change the color to something maybe like, I don't know, let's see. Add about one, I think, point 333 is the actual index of refraction for water, so 1.333, and I think I'm gonna add about 3% of blurriness, and my reflection also I would add something like, I don't know, maybe something like that. Go to your bump, add a simple maybe noise here, and just let's actually take a look at our noise in the viewport here. So just enable bump and apply this material, and if you take a look, I think we are very good. I can adjust the noise maybe a bit. Global scale of 100, I don't know, 30. Let's see how that's going to work out for us. When the bump, I think it's very too much. Let's go to something like maybe 3% and apply it to your real wave and also to your particle meshes. There we go. Make sure that it has been applied to your surface. Let's delete this one and just have a quick render of this scene and see how that's going to work out for us. Let's render it. And that's how you simply can add stuff into your Cinema 4D from RealFlow. Wow, this is not a nice water is that. So let's go to our transparency. I'm gonna make the colors much more less than that. We can create a dirty look if you want by simply adding a maybe diffuse noise. Let's just add some other noise type there, and let me just make sure that it's not that effective, and let's just quickly render it again. We could have add some other specularity, for example, but I think this is not too bad of a render right now. Let's see how this is going to work out. Just change this, and we could actually go through some advanced techniques to actually tile this real wave surface, but I think for this tutorial it would be enough. It would be, I think it's enough. Okay, so just to add a bit more color, just to have a nicer Vimeo or YouTube thumbnail for this tutorial, and let's just see. Okay, that's absolutely not too bad. We have this really nice render, and I think I like it. The only thing that bothers me a bit, we could have add sort of a subdivision surface to this. And actually, I'm gonna go through here. Let's go to my bump. Let's add this something like 200 maybe, and render it again and see what we have here. Okay, so this is definitely not too bad, and you could do whatever you want if you think. Let's just have a render like this, and we can actually go through, and if you want to, you can. I think I have a this is I think those particle splashes, we could have changed some of their values. But let's go to something like this, for example. Okay, I think it's a nice page, and just change this, and I can select my sky. Actually, I wanted to just move it a bit, maybe something like this. We are in the city. Great. And just let's wrap these parts there and render. And I think it is fine for today, and I hope this tutorial was useful for you. Hopefully I can see you in a next tutorial. So thank you for watching. See you again.